Sean's Kitchen is one of my favourite restaurants out of my 6 restaurants. When I look at this restaurant, the architecture here is over 100 years old. And when I came to Adelaide, I just fell in love. I thought, how can I put an amazing restaurant in here? And somewhere that was approachable and fun for a lot of people to come and eat. And because Sean's Kitchen is in the heart of a railway station here in Adelaide, I wanted the kitchen to represent a railway train. When I look at the Molteni, I look at that as my big red steam train running through the kitchen. And then you look at the fire, the open pit and the wood fire oven. That's where we stoke the fire for the steam engine for our big red Molteni. I've got a few restaurants around the place. I've got the Morrison in Sydney, and that's an oyster bar at the back of the, just a block behind the Opera House. We've got the Grill by Sean Conley, which is my 2-hat restaurant in Auckland. We've also just opened a restaurant in Dubai called Sean Conley at Dubai Opera, which I'm really excited about, just about to open. When you choose a Molteni, it's not an afterthought. It's the first thing you think of when you open a restaurant. It's 5 ton of solid steel. The Molteni has to arrive first, and then the whole restaurant is built around it. And that's always really a nerve-wracking decision, because whatever you set in stone is set in stone. When you're cooking a Molteni, there's nothing like it. It's like driving a beautiful car. I could liken it to Rolls Royce. It gives you an air of confidence when you're cooking like nothing else. So a lot of chefs like the individual gas burners, but for me, I like to be able to move my food around and feel for the heat and pull things off. You don't want your heat to be too fierce. So I like to be able to move them around, because you find the hot spots, the cold spots, pull things to the edges. It's like a 6th sense, if you like, when you're cooking. You know what to leave on and what to pull off, and it gives you more control, if you like. It takes you back to tradition, and it takes you back to cooking good quality, simple food, and nothing too tricky, just beautifully cooked, beautifully presented, just nice and simple. And it's elegant, and I suppose that's what you'd say about my food, but you'd say that about the Molteni too. It's classic, it's simple, and it's elegant. So when I invite chefs into my kitchen and I ask them to cook for me, I explain to them the significance of this beautiful piece of kit in the middle of my kitchen. And I explain to them that there's nothing else like it in the world, and how lucky they're going to be to be able to cook on this piece of machinery. Not cook for me, but cook for themselves on this beautiful piece of kit. And I say to them, you know, it costs as much as a Ferrari, and it is like a Ferrari, and it's beautiful, so please take care of it. If I give my chefs the best equipment in the world, and I give them the best produce in the world, what can go wrong?